Hello students, today I am going to discuss a new chapter, that is financial market. Now there are two sectors in an economy. One sector is the household sector, which is having excess or surplus funds. Every household, every individual, they save something from their income and they want to invest that savings. They want to invest their savings somewhere and get some return on it. So there is one sector in every economy which is having surplus funds, and there is another sector which is always in need of money, which is the deficit part. Always there is need of money. Why? Because that is the business firms, because they want to expand their business, they want to grow. So these are the two sectors, one having surplus fund, excess fund, and another one which is always facing the cash problem, or which is always in need of money. So financial market is actually a link between the savers and the borrowers. So there are two savers and borrowers, there are two sectors, and financial market is a link. Why? Because they mobilize the funds from savers to the borrowers. So financial market is a market for creation and exchange of financial assets. Now this I'll explain after explaining this figure. So this is a household sector which is having surplus of funds, and this is business firm where there is deficit. Now there are two ways of channelizing the funds. First is the financial market and second is bank. So whenever an individual is having surplus fund, they either deposit that fund in the banks, or they purchase financial assets or securities from the financial market. So both the ways, the fund is channelized from household to business firms. So these two are the competitors. Okay. So individual or household, they invest their surplus money, they invest their savings either in banks, they deposit it in banks, they take fixed deposit, or they may make recurring deposit. So they deposit their money here, and from banks that money is channelized, or through bank the money is channelized to business firms. And here also, if the household is investing in financial assets, if they are purchasing financial assets, securities from financial market, so again that fund is directed towards business firm. So financial market is a market for the creation and exchange of financial assets. Now what are the functions of financial market? The financial market has four functions. First is mobilization of savings and channelizing them into most productive use. Okay, it's most productive use. That means, what is financial market doing? They are mobilizing the savings of household, the savings of individuals, and then channelizing them into the most productive use, from where rate of return is high. Into that projects, into that that fund is used for that purpose, from where, or in that project which gives high rate of return. Next, facilitates price discovery. See, price is actually always fixed by the analysis of demand and supply. So financial market helps in determination of price through the demand and supply. Now provides liquidity to financial assets. So all the financial assets, that is securities, debentures, they are converted into cash through financial market. So financial market provides liquidity to all the financial assets. Next is reduce the cost of transactions. Financial market, they give information about the share prices, about with all the related information is easily available because of financial market. So these are the four functions which a financial market performs. Now, financial market is divided into two. First is capital market and then money market. And then capital market is divided into two part, that is primary and secondary market. Now we'll start with money market. Now financial market is what? It's a market for creation and exchange of financial assets. Now how financial assets are created or how they are traded? They are traded in two markets, either in capital market or in money market. Now money market is for short term. Okay, money market is for short term, and then it is for working capital, to finance the working capital, and this is capital market is for medium and long term. Medium and long term. Okay, so this is the difference actually. Money market is for short period of time, that is when funds is required for a period of 1 year or within 1 year, then money market is used, and it is generally for financing the working capital. And capital market is for medium and long term investment, for long term securities. Now capital market is divided into two. First is primary, then secondary. Now primary market is for new issue. Okay, it is a new issue market where fresh issue of shares is done, and secondary market is for already issued shares. It is for already issued securities. Okay. So this is the classification of financial market. So we'll start with, as capital market is divided into two, first we'll start with money market. Now as I said, money market is the market for short-term funds. So first is, it is a market for short-term funds, because the money market instruments are converted into cash, or these funds are available for less than 1 year. So it is for short-term funds. Now the source of finance for working capital. Since it is for short-term borrowings, therefore the funds is generally, this money market instruments or the fund raised through money market is generally utilized for financing working capital. Then the common institutes are RBI, SBI, all the commercial banks, then UTI, GIC, LIC, etc. So these are the institutions involved in money market. Then there are money market instruments. Okay, so what are these instruments? This we have to do. There are 5 money market instruments through which funds are raised. So the first is treasury bill, which is also known as T-bill. Now this is issued by RBI on behalf of Government of India. RBI issues treasury bill. Now these treasury bills are sold to banks and general public. I have written all the points. Okay, so this is issued by RBI, sold to banks and general public. It is a negotiable instrument. You all know what is the meaning of negotiable instrument, that it is freely transferable. Then it's a zero coupon bond. The meaning of this is issued at discount and repaid at par. That means, suppose if the treasury bill is issued for 25,000, you have to pay suppose 23,000 for purchasing this treasury bill, and at the time of maturity the person will get 25,000. That means 2,000 is the interest. So that is, interest is not paid, but it is issued at discount and repaid at par. So it's a zero coupon bond. Then the period varies from 14 to 364 days, as it is for a shorter period of time, so within a year. Then it is available for 25,000 and its multiple. Means you cannot purchase a treasury bill worth rupees 52,000 or 45,000. It is available for rupees 25,000 and its multiples. So this is what treasury bill is. Second comes call money. Second money market instrument is call money. So this is generally used by banks. Bank use this call money. Why? To meet the requirement of CRR. This is the minimum cash which is to be maintained by every bank. So that is cash reserve ratio. To maintain this cash reserve ratio, banks, they borrow money from each other. Okay, one bank is borrowing money from other bank. So these call money is used by banks, and the period is generally for 1 or 2 days. It can be for few hours also. So for 1 or 2 days. Now interest paid on this is called call rate. Okay, so when one bank is facing the shortage, if one bank there is shortage of cash and they are unable to maintain this cash reserve ratio, then one bank borrows money from the other bank, maybe for a few hours or 1 day or 2 days. Okay, this is for an extremely shorter period of time, and the interest which is paid on this call money is called call rate. One thing is, there is an inverse relationship between call rate and other securities. If call rate is very high, the other securities will become cheaper, and if call rate is very low, other securities will become higher. So there is an inverse relationship here between this call rate and other securities. So these are the two types of money market instruments. The third money market instrument is the commercial bill. This is also known as trade bill or accommodation bill. Now this bill is used for, generally it is used in credit purchase and credit sales. The period varies between 90 days. Maximum is 90 days here. Now it is also a negotiable instrument which can be discounted. This we have done, you must have done in accountancy, that this is just similar, that is bills receivable or bills payable. So it is a negotiable instrument which can be discounted. You can discount it in the banks. Discounting means getting payment from the bank before the maturity date. So that is commercial bill. Next is commercial paper. Commercial paper is an unsecured promissory note generally issued by public or private companies. Now which type of company can issue this commercial paper? The companies having good reputation and credit worthiness. Because if the company is having credit worthiness in the market, then only an unsecured promissory note the company can issue and the public will purchase that. So it is an unsecured promissory note issued by companies having good reputation and credit worthiness. And the time period varies from 3 to 12 months. Okay, in between 3 to 12 months. And who are investing in this? Investors are generally commercial banks and mutual funds. So the commercial banks and mutual fund, they purchase this unsecured promissory note from the companies having good reputation for a period of 3 to 12 months. Why these companies are issuing this commercial paper? For bridge financing. This is a very important term here, bridge financing. See, the companies issued commercial paper to cover its flotation cost. Now flotation cost is the cost incurred for issuing securities in the market. So when flotation cost is covered through commercial paper, this is known as bridge financing. Okay, and the last one is certificate of deposit. This is issued by commercial banks. It can be sold in secondary market. Okay, so these certificate of deposits, they can be sold in the secondary market. It is again a negotiable instrument, and the period ranges from 91 days to 1 year, or within 1 year, because these are money market instruments. So these are the 5 money market instruments which provide loans or which provide funds to the company for a shorter period of time.